This is activity 2.4 on page 68, changing paragraph indentation. My fact sheet formatting is open in Word. Your document contains a list of items that are suitable for donations. Each paragraph contains an item name and description, separated by a tab character. But the columns don't quite align using the default paragraph format. You will format the list so it appears as shown. So in that top box on page 68, they show what the original looks like. We have appliances, cabinets, doors. They show after first adding a hanging indentation. And then last, they show when tabs are added at the indentation. So you can see that the third box is a much cleaner, easier to read format. So we're going to format our document to appear that way. So number one, we're going to first indent the paragraph. On page 2, we're going to select the list of donation items as it's shown. So I'm going to scroll down to page 2, and we want from appliances down to plumbing. So I'm going to click into my left margin and just click and drag down to select all of that text. We want to make sure paragraph marks are showing, so let me turn mine back on my Home tab. And on the Home tab in the paragraph group, we're going to select the Increase Indent button. So that's this one here with the right pointing arrow. I'm going to click on that once, so you can see that shifts everything over. If the ruler is not showing, which mine is not, I'm going to go up to my View tab, and in my Show group, I'm going to check off Ruler. So now that shows at the top of my document. And examine the horizontal ruler. You can see that the left side has been indented to about 1/2 inch. So this one here is showing where my indent is. Number 2, manually adjust the right indent marker. Make sure that your entire list is still selected. And on your horizontal ruler, you want to drag the right indent marker to the 6-inch mark. So right now it's about 6.5, and I'm going to click and drag this, bring it over, and drop it onto 6 inches. So now the right edge of the selected paragraph adjusts to match the indent marker. So you can see no text is going past that 6-inch mark. Number 3, create a hanging indentation. On the horizontal ruler, drag the hanging indent marker to the 2-inch mark. So be very careful on which one you are selecting here, because you have that top piece, then you have the bottom piece, looks like a mini rectangle, but you have that middle one, which is the hanging indent. So make sure you're hovering over to get that screen tip of what you're going to be dragging, because it will affect what is moved here. So with our hanging indent selected, we're going to click and drag that all the way over to the 2-inch mark. And then I can let go of my mouse button. So the first line of each paragraph still aligns to the left indent. So our appliance's name, the first line in each of those paragraphs, is still at 2 inches. But for the appliances that have more than one line of text, it wraps to the 2-inch hanging indent. Now we're going to use tabs to create white space. It says to hit your left arrow. So that deselects our list, and the insertion point is now located at the beginning of what we had as our selected text, so right before appliances. Examine the list. The list items wrap to the hanging indent. The column visual effect would be stronger if the description sentences were indented to the hanging indent marker as well. It wants us to select the colon and space after the word appliances. So this is why we have our show hide button activate. And I'm just going to zoom in a bit here for you. All right, I'm at 150% now. So I'm going to click and drag to select the colon and the space after it. And with that selected, I'm going to hit my tab key. A tab character is shown as a right arrow, so that's signifying that a tab has been placed here, has been inserted where the colon and space used to be. Like the paragraph mark, the tab character has special characteristics that create extra white space in a document. In this case, they align to the next significant mark on the ruler, which happens to be the hanging indent. So that's going to give it like a column effect. I'm going to turn off my show hide button for a second here. So you can see it's very easily readable set up like this as opposed to everything just kind of jumbled together. So like paragraph marks, tabs are non-printing characters. The tab symbol is hidden, but you can still tell the tab is in effect because the text aligns at that hanging indent. I'm going to turn my paragraph marks on again by clicking the show hide. And then in each of the remaining list items, we're going to replace the colon and space with a tab character. And it says, don't miss the plumbing list item, which has spilled over to the next page. So this is going to push our text onto the next page, which is okay. I'm going to click and drag for cabinets to select the colon and space, hit tab, and do that for all of my other items in the list. Here's paint. And then again, don't forget plumbing on the next page. Number 5, add an item to the end of the indented list. On page number 3, which starts with our plumbing item, we're going to place the insertion point at the end of the paragraph that starts with plumbing. So we're going to put our insertion point right before that paragraph marker. It says to examine the ruler. Like the other paragraphs you formatted, this one contains a hanging indent. So it's still showing that hanging indent at 2 inches. We're going to hit enter to start a new paragraph. And again, examine the ruler. The new paragraph contains the same indentation settings as the previous paragraph. 2-inch hanging, 6-inch right indent. So normally when you press enter, the next paragraph adopts the same paragraph settings as the previous one. So we're going to type Windows. So we're adding a new item here. We're going to hit our tab key and we're going to type must contain glass without cracks or chips, must be able to open if designed to do so. So you can see as I was typing, the text spilled over to the next line, and it automatically adopted that formatting with the hanging indent to 2 inches. Number 6, add a heading to the start of the indented list. At the beginning of the list, position the insertion point before appliances. So I'm going to scroll up. We added an item after the list. Now it wants us to add a heading to the start of the list. I'm going to put my cursor right before the A in appliances. I'm going to hit my enter key. And you can see a new paragraph mark appeared here. I'm going to put my cursor where that paragraph marker is, and you can see that that also adopted the paragraph formatting with the hanging indent. Here we're going to add the heading of items. Again, I'm going to hit my tab key. And then the heading of the second column is going to be description. So our heading text aligns with our index markers. We want to save these changes to our document, go up to my quick access toolbar and hit save. And I'm going to leave this open for my next activity.